Hi everyone, this is Matt. I've got a 2002 E320 station wagon that I am trying to put a new head unit in. I've got the stock unit still in there, and I'm trying to put in an aftermarket unit that I've gotten from Crutchfield. There's lots of information out on the internet, but I'm trying to pull everything together into one quick video for all the different little pieces that I've learned in this process. I'm not going to go through the full installation, but going to show you how to get it working. The first thing, when you go to order, different sites, they want to know whether you have navigation or a Bose system. Obviously I have no navigation, but then the Bose system becomes a challenge. Some people say you should be able to see it on the display when you start up. I have nothing there. Other people say you should be able to see it on the speakers and the grills. I have nothing there. You can get your VIN decoded and still nothing there. I also checked the amp back here. If you pull out the screws here and here and here, you can get to the amp, and there's also nothing on there that indicates Bose. So I went ahead and ordered the stereo and indicated that I had no Bose system. So part of what Crutchfield sent me was the Metra 1784 harness to connect to the head unit, which gives me this harness. Crutchfield, I've worked with them in the past and they've been great about giving me the right things, so I just went ahead. You can see I actually soldered things together and went to connect it, and it didn't work. So doing some additional research on why that might be, found out that I probably do have the Bose system. So then that becomes, how do I verify? Found one other hint. If you remove these two connectors that hold the panel on, and oh look, there's a subwoofer back here. Didn't know that before. And if you look, you can see that it's a Bose subwoofer. So I had to call Crutchfield back and say that I got the wrong, indicated the wrong part or configuration. So they were kind enough to send me a new 1786 Metra harness, which actually includes the blue wire, which is very important. Also, in talking to them and from some other stuff that I've seen online, they sent a Scosche SLC-4 speaker level converter, which is this guy right here. There were people online that said that if you connect the head unit straight into the speakers, you kind of have some volume issues. There's a mismatch between what the amp is expecting and what the head unit is outputting. So the Scosche unit helps mitigate that. So I connected everything up. Here's the other harness. One of the other things that Crutchfield sends, the harness connected all of the speaker wires to the inputs. We also are going through the line out option, so I set that there. Of course, what's nice, this harness comes with the RCA connector, so I can connect those. Connected up a couple other wires, the blue, the yellow, and the black, and should be good to go. So I'm going to show you a couple other things that I found inside the car during this process. Lock this in place, just one sec. So the first thing we want to do is we want to remove the current head unit, and Crutchfield also sends keys in your order. So put those in right here, and you'll hear them click right there. Pull it out. To remove the keys, just push on the side, and keys come out. Keys come out, get those out of the way. So when we pull this out, we have a number of cables. We've got the antenna cable right there. We've got the optical cable that goes to the CD changer, which I don't have. We've got what I believe is the CAN bus connector, or the CAN connector, and I think this connects to the phone system, which we're not going to use. Not going to use the optical line out either. Disconnect the antenna, so then everything goes through this harness. So take that out. So there, our head unit's out. All right, so now we're going to plug this in. And ideally, you should be doing all of this with the battery off. So we've got that plugged in. So now we've got our head unit right here that we want to connect to. Another note on this SLC-4, the instructions tell you to turn the amp lines all the way down right here, so that you don't blow out the speakers when you hook up and everything. So we've got that all hooked up. One thing we're going to do, Crutchfield also sends this antenna adapter, which you need, so we'll put that in our new head unit, connect up our antenna line, and we're going to connect up our adapter, and we've got that connected. So then, in theory, turn it on, and we should have power, and we don't. So, couldn't figure out what was going on there. I did some additional checking on the Metra harness, and what's interesting is the non-speaker side has 5 connectors here. There's 5 connectors on the output from the E320 system, but a number of the wires don't match up. I called Crutchfield, we walked through what each wire does, and confirmed that the way I had it was correct. It's just that there are a couple of wires that, or what I didn't know was that there were a couple of wires on the head unit harness, the red for our accessory power and our orange for our dimmer, which were also very important. So, had seen online, and Crutchfield also confirmed that the best way to go about connecting those is you can tap into the cigarette lighter connection. So I'm going to show you how to go about getting there, because that was a little bit of a mystery as well. So we're going to disconnect briefly. So there's 2 things that are pretty easy to remove to get there. The sunglasses compartment, if you reach into the back, there's a little connector, lever that you can push, and ta-da, our sunglasses compartment comes out. There's the guy you got to push, and just push it down and it slides right out. Next thing, again, our cigarette lighter for our power is down here, and we have to tap into the wires behind there, and it's a big hassle to try to work back here without any room. So what you can do in order to remove the ashtray and the cigarette lighter piece, turn the key on, put your car in, put your car in neutral. I'm going to kill that for now. You can grab here, right under this wood paneling, and if you pull up, it's not connected, it just has clips, you're actually able to lift up that piece, and then once you lift it up, it comes out. It is connected. There's connections for the window and also the mirror control. But once you've got that out, you can see that there will be 2 screws right here and right here. Take those screws out, and then the cigarette lighter, this ashtray. Sorry, I was trying to kill the beep. Let's get that out of the way. Now we have access to the cigarette lighter connections. So reading online, the purple or the yellow and black one is the constant 12 volt, and then these gray ones are dimmer. So in theory, let's get the head unit back in our position here. I'm going to connect the antenna back up. So again, make sure you don't do what I'm doing and kind of wing it like this. Make sure you disconnect your battery and all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to stick the wire in here to connect it to the power to verify that that works. So this time around, I can feel it coming on. Ta-da! we have power. We'll say yes, and I have a feeling we can find us a station. Sorry, I don't have any station set. We've got a little bit of volume coming out of one area. This is where we get into, now we need to adjust the outputs on these SLC-4, and if we tweak these and turn them gently,
Oktober 17 und 18 bei North by Northwest Restaurant in Brewery. Live Musik, Spiele für die Kinder, gutes Essen und natürlich Bier. Enjoy Oktoberfest 2015 at North
the radio
by
come
Northwest
on
Brewery, Saturday and Sunday, October 17th and 18th. North by Northwest
as we
is
turn the
located at
speakers on.
1010
So I'll leave that as an exercise to adjust later. You'll have to come back for that. So then the final piece is, they mentioned the dimmer light. If you drive around at night, it'll be this bright because it's not connected to a dimmer. So you can do the same thing in that if we connect the orange to the gray wires, so we'll stick this in there just briefly, see what we can do to rig that up. It's held there, we're on, you can kind of see the current state. And I just turned my headlights on, and you can see that the display on the panel and the head unit is going from bright to dim, turned off, back to bright, etc. So that's a lot of information that I pulled together from around the web, just as far as how to find out, how to hook, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, you're not going to stick the wires into the connectors there, and obviously you shouldn't do this with the battery connected, but I now have to go through the effort of tapping into those wires correctly, getting everything squared away, have to run my microphone wire for my Bluetooth, all that kind of fun stuff. But to me, this was the hard part, was just actually getting the radio to work. Hope it helps someone. Thanks. Bye.